Faith over fear, Gideon's victory. Can a single leader, armed with nothing but torches, trumpets, and a trembling faith, defeat a vast army bent on destruction? Welcome to the story of Gideon, a tale of impossible odds, divine strategy, and the courage to trust when every human instinct screams to run. Picture this: the Israelites are cowering in fear, their land ravaged by the relentless Midianites, whose numbers blot out the horizon like a swarm of locusts. Into this chaos, God calls a reluctant farmer named Gideon to become his champion. Gideon's first test isn't on the battlefield, but in his own backyard, tearing down idols and confronting his people's wavering faith. Once he obeys, God whittles Gideon's army from 32,000 to a mere 300 men, ensuring that victory would be unmistakably divine. As night falls, Gideon's tiny force surrounds the enemy camp, each man clutching a clay jar, a torch, and a trumpet. At Gideon's signal, they shatter the jars, raise their torches high, and blast their trumpets, crying out, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." Panic erupts in the Midianite camp. In the confusion and terror of the night, the vast enemy army turns on itself, fleeing in a chaotic rout. Not a sword is drawn by Gideon's men, yet victory is theirs. What looked like foolishness, a nighttime attack with nothing but light and sound, becomes the turning point for a nation. The people who once hid in fear now stand victorious, not because of their own strength, but because they trusted in a God who delights in using the unexpected. The story of Gideon reminds us that faith is not about having the perfect plan or the biggest army, it's about daring to trust in God's power, even when the odds seem impossible. The victory is a call to lay down our fears, to obey even when we don't understand, and to remember that with God, what we lack in numbers or might, He fills with His presence and purpose. In your own battles, will you trust the torch and trumpet in your hand, or the one who calls you to raise them?